Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to redefine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you're the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a I don't give a fuck.
Happy Friday. Sorry. Yes, very late start in the stream. I went and ate lunch with a former boss and friend, longtime friend, former boss. And there was a mastermind meeting that I managed to catch. And so once that was over, I was like, yeah, let me jump on and stream. Do some work streaming. So hope everybody's having a good Friday. Vacation home in California. Who knows? Who knows? It's kind of warm in here today. Might have to turn on the fan over here. It doesn't help. I'm drinking hot coffee and after noon. Okay. I'm going to work on GT title designer stuff. And at the same time, try to do a bit of a video. We'll see how that goes. I'm totally unprepared, and it's, but we'll see. We'll see. Welcome. I am Grim Skull. What? Full stream house, though oddly this house has a bathroom in the garage, so could make it a set, yeah. Welcome. I am Grim Skull, the pixel pushing samurai, super awesome pixel pushing samurai. Graphic designer, motion graphic artist, video editor, gamer, father, veteran. I've done graphic design for about 20 plus years now. For a variety of media, including, print, web, broadcast, commercial editing, commercial production, all that kind of stuff. Now I'm a full-time content creator. I work with David Foster, the original live streaming pro, and budding Overlander. I also do thumbnails and graphics for Redacted, which is a YouTube news show hosted by Natalie and Clayton Morris, both mainstream media journalists turned independent journalists, independent news channel hosts. You can find that on youtube.com/redacted news. You can also find David Foster at David Foster LSP on YouTube. David Foster helps streamers like myself, content creators, take their content to that next level. And that's what I've been working on. And I'm here to help you take your content also to the next level. I'm going to work in VMix. I'm going to be working in VMix today, the GT title designer, which I've been really diving into. I'm an Adobe guy, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, After Effects. That has been my weapons of choice in the industry for several years. And now that I'm a content creator, I've worked in OBS and now VMix, and learning those capabilities, and then trying to impart some of that wisdom onto you guys. So thanks for joining me. So, one moment. Alrighty. Had a quick message there. So, all right. So I'm going to pull up my show graphics over here on Photoshop. Show you what I've been working on. These are all kind of mock-ups of the design that we're going for. And, you know, any type of mock-up you do, as you build it, things are going to kind of slowly morph or change. So here's a look at what I've been building. So a ticker graphic, we're going to have lower thirds for this, for both anchors and a single anchor, as well as when we have, you know, guests and co-hosts on. And we have what's called the showrunner. Which highlights the stories that are being covered and what's coming up on the show. And we have a ticker, which now is a one-line ticker. I also got to check on something. I've been asked to review a video, so let me if I go over here and see if it is ready. It was converting, so, and let me just make sure my browser is just kind of all right. Still converting. All right. So I've started with, like I said, we started with these elements. I then created a guide in Photoshop that then pull into GT Title Designer. And I created kind of a mock-up here so that I have things to show to see if it looks good on screen. So I created a little virtual studio. I've got this gray area down here, down at the bottom, and that's my lower third guide, to which I started off with creating the ticker. Where's that logo? Where did my logo go? Browse. Apparently that disappeared. Well, that was it. Yeah, that's weird. So we have the ticker down here. We have lower thirds. Let me pull up the one line lower third there. If I hide the guide, then you'll be able to really kind of see it. But basically from scratch. Let's do one from scratch here real quick. I'm going to save that. File new. And we're just going to leave it at the new document HD 1080. And what I did was, after I created a guide, because it's a good idea if you're working in Photoshop or any other program and you're mocking them up, and then you want to kind of create them, because this is totally from scratch. I'm not pulling anything but maybe a logo into the GT Title Designer. And I've got this layer here, and I'm going to call this just elements, because that's going to hold all my different elements that I'm going to use. So on the left, we're going to go in the tools menu, you're going to click on the image. I've got this lower third guide image here. I'm going to click on that and open it up. And it's already 1920 by 1080, so it's going to be exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to name it by double clicking on that right hand side layer, guide. I then want something in the background to kind of give me a visual reference. So, and you can either do this all in one file in Photoshop or leave it blank. It's up to you. I just like having things in the background to give me kind of a reference. And this is our studio. I can rename it, and then I'm going to drag it and drop it on the guide. That way it places it under the guide. I'm going to pull in anchor 1. And then I'm going to rename the element anchor 1. I'm going to drag that under the guide. And I'm just going to move him over. First, I'm going to lock the. That's one of the things that GT Title Designers you got to watch out for. It's like it's going to pick the topmost layer, so we're going to lock that guide layer and the studio layer. And then when we click on Mr. Anchor there, yeah, he's not moving. Thank you. Thank you. So if you cannot grab an element, you can go up to format. Go up to format, and it gives you all those location, rotate, dimensions. And he's locked up to the X and Y of 0. So I can go up and you'll get a double-headed arrow, and I could scrub right. That's going to reveal that little blue bar there from the elements. That will then let you move it around. So I'm going to move him into the center, and I'm going to align him to the bottoms. And you can either right click on him or not. Right click the tab, and you can align to the bottom. You can align to the right. I'm going to align them back to the center and the bottom. And I'm also going to kind of scale them down a bit, and then give them some headroom, and then go back and right click the blue tab, align center, align bottom. I think he may be a little bit too small, and he's not going all the way to the bottom. There's still a gap there. So maybe we'll scale him back up just a little, and then I'm going to click on the blue tab, move him down, and then just eyeball it. So there's our anchor. I'm going to do a selfie real quick. All right. So we'll get our anchor centered, and I'm going to lock him too. All right. So I've got all of these in an element so that I can easily turn those off as I need to. So yeah. So we can turn that off and on as needed. So I'm going to leave it on for now. And then I'm going to create another layer. And we're going to call this lower L third 1. I think my long guy's here. My long guy is here. Now we're going to leave the bottom gray area open as a ticker area, and so I'm going to create my lower third background. And I'm going to make this one let's make it just 2 blocks high. In fact, I'm going to go to the bottom 2 blocks. Now, if you take the white lines, we're going to just cover up these gray lines on the sides as best we can. I can go in and zoom in, really zoom in. But if you actually know the distance of these from, like when you created in Photoshop or whatever you created in, you can then go up to the height bar and change that. We're going to say it's 103. Maybe let's round that up to 105. Now you may have some colors that you want to use for your production. So we can go to the home screen, click on the rectangle, and we're gonna let's double click on the name and call it lower third, or L3 RD for lower third _ bar. And if you know your colors, you can put the hexadecimal in and get, there's a variety of way to get the colors from whatever you want. In Photoshop, just use the eyedropper tool. And we're going to go with the studio's got this red and kind of dark gray pattern in it. So we're going to stick with that. And we might even go ahead and do a gradient. So you can go up to color, click on the color drop down there, pick gradient. I'm going to use linear. I've applied it. I'm going to change my angle to 0 so that it goes from red to that alpha, but we're going to get rid of the alpha. In fact, we're going to go and click on that tab stop, click on the little drop downs, and we're going to grab that red. We're going to grab that red, but then we're going to take the value of that red a little darker. Hit apply. There we go. So now I got this nice bright gradient going to dark. And I kind of want to go it the other way so we can actually add a stop. We're going to click on that and add a stop, and then I'm going to move those. Move that all the way to the end, and this one all the way to the end, because I'm reversing those. I could have clicked on the ends. In fact, why not do that, right? Let's do that. We'll do it the correct way. I want to change those colors. So I'm going to grab that color, Control C. I'm going to click on the other stop, and I'm going to remember what this 930000. That's the other number. So we're going to remember that, but I'm going to paste that to the right stop and then go back to the left stop, and we're going to put that 93 in. 93. And then apply. Now we've reversed that. Maybe we do want it to fade out a bit. So let's try that. I'm going to click that gradient, click on that f-stop, and then click on the little drop down there, and I'm going to take the A channel and just move that over. Hit apply. I'm going to get rid of my guide real quick and then just click and see how that looks. I don't mind the edge there. Some people may, so let's go in and we'll just kind of, again, and it's totally subjective. You can, whatever kind of works for the design, you can add. So we'll take it down to let's type in 10. We'll type in 10. Apply. Hit OK. Maybe you don't like the boxy look either. So we can go back to the format. And add a skew. Now it gives it a more dynamic look. I'm going to go back to home and I'm going to go back to that the color. I'm going to click on the make sure that lower third bar is clicked, because we can create a fill, but we can also create a border. And I'm going to create a gradient border. I like the white. Let's give it a thickness of 2. And when we go back to that gradient, right, we want it to be 0. Apply. There we go. That gives a nice effect there. I like that. That's a nice effect. But maybe I don't want it that wide, That is kind of a wide looking lower third. So let's bring that in some. And then I'm actually going to, because I like the way the bottom bar looks. We're good there. I'm then going to copy that and then paste it. And I'm going to bring it up and then in some more, because I'm creating what's called a tab. A tab that you can put different information in. So I'm going to say lower third tab. I'm going to leave the look the same, but we're going to go to the color, go to the gradient, right? And we're going to change that color to the gray color to match the gray in the background. But I'm going to leave everything else the same. That looks good. I like that. Give me a moment. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. Are you done yet? Are you starting over? What? No. What? What's up, Kevin? Hey, good to see. I figured I didn't hadn't seen you all morning, so I figured you'd be done. I'm not starting over. No, I'm just doing a quick kind of tutorial thingy. Nothing, nothing major. Not starting over. I'm just kind of working on, you know, working on my delivery from my mastermind. Excuse me, meeting today of how to create channel growth videos. So I'm just doing a quick lower third tutorial. So we've added these or we've added these strokes and the drop shadow using kind of the colors of our news background studio there. So let's add some text. I think I wanted though, I do want that tab bar. Let's look at our guide. Yeah, we've got plenty of room to raise that tab up and maybe drag it out just a little more. So let's add some text. And you want to make sure you get some text that fits the style, right? Now this is just going to be a one line lower third, so I'm going to take that text box and place it right to the edges because we're then going to go up and under the home and format that to where it's centered from top to bottom, left justified. I'm going to turn it on to shrink. And then I'm going to set the font size to 72. Well, maybe that's too big. Maybe 60. With that selected, I'm going to the color. I'm going to turn it to white. White text looks really good. You want your lower third text to be legible. So you want to use a good font that's going to be readable, but still have a little bit of style with it. I am going to go in and choose. Let's see. What do we got? Nothing too wild, but something that has a bit of character. I have so many fonts it may take me forever to find one. It's one of the struggle is real for us designers. Coco Goose Pro. Let's just do that. And it's already italicized. So it's we can use the one that is not italicized, but I like the pro one because it's already italicized and it fits with the slant, right? We could actually go in and skew that a little more if we want, just to match the angle. But I think we will just leave it at the current angle. And I'm going to say name goes here. And if you design it to be just a general lower third, you can and put your text to shrink. Name goes here and other info if you need. I don't want it to skip to that next line though. Fixed height, shrink, width and height. We're going to have to stick with shrink. So obviously here we need to not have as many words when you get to a certain uh when you get to a certain character count, it kind of stops doing its thing. Double click. I want to select it all and say name aim goes here. And that name block is way off to the side. So I'm going to go in here. It's not, we don't want it that long. So I'm just going to say 900 to bring that handle back in. So if at any time, like things go off the edge of the screen and you're like, how am I going to get that back without dragging it? Just go to your format, change the width. You can even change the X position to bring it, towards the middle of the screen, or back in, either way. And I'm just going to set this to go about right here. And we're going to call this L third underscore. And I like to use caps or camel case with a capital letter, and all the text is lower third after that underscore. That way I can easily see what in my title editor, what's a text block and what's not. I'm going to duplicate that, or actually copy and then paste. I'm going to move it up to this line. I'm going to change the size to about 24. We'll start there. Oops, what happened? 24. I'm gonna scale the bottom up. And that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I might make sure that we are in the middle, and then that top line is there and there. Now again, you could go down to the corner and use the plus and minus to zoom in, and then you'll have to recenter it. So I like eyeballing it until I'm ready to make all my final changes. Oops. And then I'm going to double click and I'm just going to say message goes here. I'm going to go up to the right to the layers panel. I'm going to say this is message. And so now I have all the basics in there. I've got all the basics for a lower third. You've got a lower third bar, a tab bar, and 2 text boxes. And you can, you can have the lower third bar above the text box, below the text box. You can have, the tab there. You can, you know, disregard the tab if you just want a lower third bar. You can go in and play around with all kinds of stuff when it comes to the shapes. You can do rounded boxes. Go to the let's see, where is that at? You can mess with the opacity. You could put drop shadows or glows. Reflections. I don't know if you could see the reflection there. Like I said, you can skew it in a couple of different ways. Hey, what's up, Scott? You can skew it. You can flip it. I'm not going to go in the masking tools. You can you can crop it and then feather, which creates another kind of gradient effect. There are different styles you can apply to it. can make the rounded corners with a stroke. Like I said, you can give it a stroke so you can, watch it twitch on the floor. What's up, Michelle? Still got a reflection on that one. I'm looking for, you can do the rounded corners or square. But where do you make the corners round? Where do you make the corners round? Do I have to, because there's no rounded box, right? Where do you make the corners round? Give it some dashes and dots and dots and dashes. Radius. There you go. So radius gives you some control of making it a little round. Let's that is kind of weird, but okay. So now we want to animate it. And or you can animate the whole layer itself. Nice. You can animate this layer itself by selecting the lower third, the main layer, animation. You can select transition in. We can do a reveal, and we're going to reveal it from the left, going to the right with no delay, with 1 second. And I like using cubic easing in. And that should do the whole thing. And that's good. That's good. But if we wanted to be more dynamic, we can go in and animate the individual layers. So I'm going to turn off the message and the name layer. That way it just gets it out of the way. Let's start with the lower third bar. I'm going to select that so it's in blue. I want it to reveal to the right. I'm going to have it go about 0.5 seconds and easing in. That's really quick. So maybe we'll change it to like 0.8. That's good. I'm now going to turn on my name layer. Now this lasts about, what do we put that at? The bar is about 8 seconds. So at about 0.8, I want that to reveal. I'm gonna use the delay field 0.8, and I'm gonna leave it at 1 and also put it at cubic easing. And that's a little bit too delayed for me. So let's go back and we are going to let's cut that down to 5. Now it seems to come in together, right? I still want a little bit of separation. So I'm going to go to that. Well, it's at 0. It's at 0. We don't want it at 0. We want it at 0.5. Sometimes when you type stuff in, you have to like hit enter, then do it. That's still too slow. 0.5. So let's try 3. Hit enter, make sure it registers. That's better for me. I mean, it's kind of a 1-2 punch there. Yeah, that's another option. You can have it come in the opposite direction. I like that. All right, so we're gonna have the tab. We're gonna have that expand up. Scott, I like that idea, and I would actually do that if I was not using a gradient on the right side there. I think that technique works well if you have like a solid bar that comes out, stretches out, and then as it gets to a point, then the name reveals or slides in from the opposite direction. I think that would look cool. Well, like what I'll do with the tab is what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it reveal up and then the name drop down that way. So that's kind of similar. I know, right? All right. So we got our tab. We're going to expand it up. Now, that bar animation, like I said, takes about 8 seconds. So I think the tab I want to do about 0.6 and 0.5. Let's go with let's try 0.4. There we go. I do not like the way the stroke behaves because it expands. All right, so we don't want it to expand. We want it to reveal. And we want it to reveal from the bottom. So let's go back and make sure it reveals from the bottom. I like that. Let's do the message. So that animation is delayed for the tab at 0.4 and its duration of 0.5. So let's go with the message reveal down 0.6. There we go. Can you tie layers together so like when the name animates, the tab animates with it? Yes. But you have to separate those into two layer elements. Like there would be lower third, uh, lower, and then lower third, upper, and then you would have the lower third bar and the name in the lower one, and then you would have the name and the tab in the upper one. Or you just animate them the same way, you know, so that they look like they're coming in at the same time. There's a couple ways to do it. That's a little slow. Let's try point 0.6. I think I want to give the name a little bit more. It's a little bit fast animating in. So let's see. Let's try a 4. 4's too fast. Or 4's too slow. 3's still kind of slow. We could do a 2.5. There we go. Maybe we want some branding on this too, right? The branding on the lower third. So I'm going to pull in an element. Well, let's get something a little bit bigger. So let's find what I need. All right. So we got this huge logo underscore bug. I'm going to put that up in the lower third layer. I am going to scale it down to about 250 by 250. I might even go smaller, 250. Yeah, let's go about 150. Oops, come on. 1500. 150. 150. And once again, I'm going to move this. Oops, not I don't want that layer. I want the bug. I'm going to put that above the message. And I'm going to move that so I can grab the blue there. And we're just going to go right about here. And we're going to get that to fly in from the right. So I'm going to fly from the right. And I want to do it like after the bar animates in. Yeah, rated R. So that's about 8-second duration. I'm going to have that come in at about 0.5. Do I have everything as linear? Okay, message needs to be cubic easing in. Name, the tab, the bar, everything. All right, good. So let's see. I like that, but I may even take this lower third bug and maybe just make it a little smaller. Maybe 125. 125. I'm going to click on this blue thing. I'm just going to nudge it down a bit. Nudge it down and over to the right. So there you go. We've got 2 bars, 2 text boxes, and a logo. And then we want to animate it out. And I'm just going to animate the whole thing out. And I'm going to have it fly out to the left at 1 second with cubic easing. So that's how it looks. Wait. That's the wrong way. We don't want it to go that way. I'm on animate in. We want to take that off. Take that off, and then we want to go to animate out. Sorry, transition out. Then we want it to fly to the left at what? 0.5. And then there we go. Animates in and then flies off to the right. Which is a little fast. Let's try just 1 second. Animates in. Off we go. Now, we can actually reverse everything that we did in the transition out so that it deconstructs itself. That would be kind of cool too. There's just a variety of things you can do. So play around with it and see what you can come up with. I'm going to save this file, save as, somewhere where I can find it. Toot L third. Save. Let's go over to a nice B Mix show. In fact, I'm going to go in here and we're just going to go to one of my cameras. And there's me with no graphics. It's scary, I know. I'm gonna add an input. Pull up our new handy dandy title. But first, I gotta go back in and close that. We want to close that background element, right? That's what's up. So we want to close that background element and then make sure to save it again. Then I'm going to go back to my screen, reload that. All right. I'm going to right click on it. You can't see it, but let's maybe we can pull this down. I'm going to right click on it. Right. I right clicked on it right here. Brought up the title editor. The message. Super awesome. Let's make that 2 words. Super awesome pixel pushing samurai. Grimskull. There we go. So now that we've added that, I'm going to cut back to our, and then I can click on one of my inputs for it, the overlay inputs, turn on the overlay, and boom. And then it'll animate out. And you could set up a shortcut with that. You could hook that up to a data sheet or something to be able to change it, dynamically with keyboard shortcuts and if you've got a stream deck and everything, you could set it up to where it will change to preset names. It's just a pretty cool all around tool. So, all right. So that's it for this quick tutorial. I don't know how quick it is because, thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed it, buy me a sushi. I'm Grimskull. I'll catch you later. And scene. All right. I'm getting pretty good. I mean, it's frustrating. I mean, the GT title designer is very frustrating to work with if you've worked in other programs before, like um, Photoshop and After Effects and all that kind of stuff. It just, it's very rudimentary. So, yeah, it is terrible, but it is. I mean, but it's a trade off, especially if you want to, not worry about bloating it up with too many bitmap graphics. Uh, they've built in, you know, they built in the what do you call it? You can use Photoshop files they built that compatibility, I guess is what I'm looking for. Limited, because you have to make sure everything is a flattened layer, a rasterized flattened layer. It does allow for editable text from Photoshop. Sometimes it doesn't work because depending on the font you use. But you can bring in the elements you want. The problem is that sometimes when you bring in the Photoshop file, certain things it won't allow you to do after the fact. And you just have to go back out and import individually certain elements in for certain things to work or for to recognize, like, you know, the a source icon, stuff like that. But here is a look at where we are at with, and Kevin, are you still there? I will give you a look at where we're at with this file. So, like in that tutorial, I pretty much started out with the guide. I pulled in the ticker, or I built a ticker first off. And then after I built my first lower third, I ended up, saving it and as a, like save dot back one, save dot back, so I've got several things to fall back on if I get totally foobarred. But I saved out the ticker file as its own already because it's not going to be part of this file. But we've got several lower third elements in here that are going to use for the show within this one file. We've got a headline. I'm going to turn off the guide. But we have a headline, lower third, which I have not animated any of this yet. I'm building the base animations or the base files, and then we'll animate them um, as needed. Let me go to page. I think I did start anim. Maybe I did. Yeah, there we go. I did start. I can't remember what day it is. So on the transition in, there's nothing there. Everything is hidden on transition in. And then page one is our headline. Page two is our what's headline plus, which is a smaller headline. And like a subhead for whatever they're talking about. Page three is our call to action. Which I have a box here for, like, if we want to put the logo of the company that the call to actions for, or you know anything. Page four is our uh, main lower third, or what's the one line single lower third for if we use that if it's on a single person. There's place for their social, and the R will turn into the social icon depending on what what is activated. This is why I was hoping Kevin was here. We've also got a 2 line on page 5. But then we okay, so as the scene we have here suggests that there are 2 anchors up in the shot. So we need one for a left anchor and one for the right anchor. I have these as 2 layers, 2 separate layers. A left one and a right one. Because this 2 up serves a few purposes. We're going to have a shot of both anchors in the same shot. Of course, Natalie and Clayton are in the same shot, but there are times when we have both of them and we bring them closer together by adding them in boxes. So now these lower thirds will work the same way. They work in this and what am I on? I need to go to 6. 6. I don't think I've animated it yet. Yeah. But plus if we go to the showrunner where we have an anchor on the left, the showrunner on the right, we can still hide on page 6 the second lower third. And let me see. I think yeah, it's not going to let me do that in the data and the data, which is weird. But on page 6, I need to go and on page 6, we need to make sure that all these suckers are hidden. Starting with headline 1, we're on page 6. That needs to be hidden. Headline plus needs to be hidden on page 6. The call to action needs to be hidden on page 6. Lower third line, 1 line lower third for single. Boom. So that when we play pairs, you can see everything layered there. But when we hit the play button, you'll only see these 2. File, save. I'm going to pull this into my current recent. Boom, boom. Let's cut to that right there. And then I'm going to, oops, I need to hide my background elements. File, save, reload that. All right. So I can pull up. I think I can pull up. There we go. Okay. I know why that's not showing up. So I need to go to page 6 and make sure that that's good. That's good. That what they're there. Hmm. Did I accidentally move something? What am I on? It's okay. I know what's, let's see. I am on transition in. Yeah, I didn't hide it on transition in. We got to go to, oops, we got to go to transition in. That's hidden. That's hidden. Hidden. All right. File save. Reload. All right. There we go. All right. So I've actually triggered it. So it's up. It's actually there. It's running. You don't see it because transition, everything is hidden in transition. But we can go to page one, which again, I guess I need to go through all the pages and hide everything again. Page one, hidden. Page two, hidden. Page three, hidden. Page four, hidden. Page five, hidden. This is the tediousness of it. File save, reload. We are on page one, page two, page three, page four. Something. Yeah. Let's go back to page four. Make sure that's in. All right. File save. Let's look at page five. That's looking good. Page six. There's no animation on those yet, but they're there. I'm wondering though why. Why can't we go into the data and hide that? You can. You can on the each individual layers, but you cannot, it seems. There's a special section in vmix GT title designer that the data, it's the data tab, and you can, it has a thing for hidden, disable events, and show visible toggle. I was hoping that show visible toggle would be available in that, because I, what I may have to do is then move everything into one. I don't know. And Kevin's not here, so I can't ask him. So, but let's animate these. I'm going to animate these two lower thirds here. Again, I maybe regret drinking coffee in the late afternoon. Sorry, Spotch, I didn't see you come in. Hello, how are you? All right. We need to take those off screen. All right. So let's clean this up a bit so that first off, I'm going to file save as, and then back 5. Hey, Michelle. Sorry. Yes. Apologies. Welcome. Happy Friday to all of you guys that just came in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending some time with me. I got to turn this fan on. Oh, that's better. That's better. Whew. I was starting to cook. We've saved it. I'm going to turn off some of these other items just so we can have a clear picture of what we're working with here. This thing is starting to get long. I think let me check our design thing here. So the other one I need to do is the text quote so far. This is our little drawing board of what we need for this and that. Kevin's in here somewhere, it looks like, or at least was. Once I get done with this file, I think I can hand it off to Kevin, and then I'm going to start kind of working on some of these other image, B-roll type deals. Well, we have lower thirds, and then we have stingers that I need to do. We got the showrunner done and sponsors. So yeah, let's finish what we're doing here. All right, so we got the right. So we're going to kind of do these at the same time, right? Starting with our lower bars here. So what we've been having to do is the left bar, we have that come in first. It's a reveal from the center at about 0.5. I'm going to go to the same. That's one of my pet peeves about this. There should be a way to copy transition information from one layer to another, from one page to another. Easier. There's a copy to function. But it's not very intuitive. That's the big thing. It is not intuitive. Excuse me. Good Lord. All right. So we have those bars. Now I have an upper bar, an upper background and a lower background. I like animating those at the same time. We are going to reveal those in at about 0.3 or 0.5 duration, but 0.3 in delay. I need to go. Yeah. All right. Already I'm not on the right page. So this is where the copy to comes in, because I can click on this red bar here. I'm going to copy to page 6. I'm then going to click on the black one and I'm going to copy to page 6. Then I got to go down to the bottom one and I can go copy to page 6. But then we are going to make sure that that is set to none. So all of these are back to none. And then we're going to go down here to this red bar and we're going to copy to page 6. Copy to page 6. Copy to page 6. And then I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to shift select and then hit none. And then there's none of these should have their animations on it. I just wish you could then gang that up with the copy. I need to be on page 6. So we'll go to page 6. Now let's see what happens. I've got a few things that are working. I don't know if you could see it. My left animation, the red bar has the animation on it. Black bar one does not. The background 2 does. So we're just going to go up and reveal, give that 03, 05, cubic easing in. Now, boom. We want to go down and do the same thing with the right lower third, reveal to the right, 0.3, 0.5, cubic easing in. It's hard to see, so we'll kind of. Okay, so we need to fix the bar on the right. It is revealing horizontally. Coffee all day, every day. We want to do from the center. So there we go. That's doing what we want. So let's do these red bars, these other red bars that are on the ends. I'm going to go to the red bar on the left. And I want it to do the same thing. I want it to reveal from the middle. This bar takes about 5. So I'm going to say 0.5 in delay, 0.5 in duration, and cubic ease. Yeah, we want a little bit more delay. Let's try 7. Yeah. And then this other bar, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go reveal 0.7, 0.5, cubic easing in. So now both bars reveal. Red bar, middle bar, end bar. Good. That's what we want. I wonder, let's try this. Our social tab, let's turn on our social tabs on both of them, right? I'm going to select both of them. And it will not let you. It will not let you select. If you are in another layer, it will not let you select anything from the other layer. And here's the crux of it too. I cannot. Let's say I create. Well, I did create the left bar in the layer. I then copy and pasted it, and then slid the layer over. So now I had 2 copies of it. You cannot do that with the transitions. I wish you could. You know, copy, select this layer. There should be something that says, right click, copy transitions. That would be killer. For now, we are going to reveal up. Reveal up. And we're gonna put this at about 0.5. Let's start there with 0.5. See how that looks. I like that. I'm gonna go to my other tab, do the same thing. 0.5. 0.5. Make sure it's going up. There we go. Turn on our name layers. Now those bars come in about 5 seconds. So we're going to delay the name about 4. And give it a, oops, not reverse, give it a duration of 5 cubic easing in. It kind of reveals with it. I like that. I like the way that does that. So let's go down to the other name. Reveal, and it's a delay of what did we say that was? 0.4 and then 0.5. Yeah. 0.4, 0.5, cubic easing in. That looks good. We're going to turn on our social. And we're going to reveal down. Again, let's start at 0.5. It's hard to see. Really hard to see with that the ticker text there. So let's we need a little bit more of a delay. Point 0.7 maybe. I think that did kind of, yeah. So we have 0.7, 0.5 cubic easing. We'll do that to the bottom one. I see something I need to change on the bottom one. So 0.7, oops, 0.7, 0.5 cubic easing in. Looks good. Last but not least, we've got a icon bar, or the locals, the source. And I had a black bar before, a little black bar, and I was going to put PNG logos to overlay the black bars, but then I was like, that's 2 layers I got to worry about um animating. So, and because they are so small, are going to be so small, I'm just going to create the little icons, the social icons on the black background to pull in as one element. So we only got to animate the one element. So that's the source. And let's see. Our tab reveals in at 0.5. It goes up. So we want to have this come in at 0.6. What's up, Shearston? Just got in bed? Okay. And it's behind that tab, the top red bar. So I'm going to fly that in. At 0.6, 0.5, and then cubic easing in. Now you can see it come in behind. I'm going to zoom in real quick or real close and look at something. It's the same size as that red bar. So we need to have that source maybe 0.7 to give that red bar a chance to still bright. Damn, sounds like my mornings. You're putting me to sleep now. There we go. Now it slides out from behind it. So we're going to go that's 0.7, 0.5 cubic easing in. Let's go to the other source, and then we're going to fly that at 0.7, 0.5 cubic easing. We're going to fit this back so we can watch both of them at the same time. Oh, I got to unhide it. Now, if we wanted to get really fancy, we could stagger these. To where the left one builds, and just as it's completing its build, where maybe the red bar comes up, the right one starts its animation. We could do that. That will create a little bit more of a dynamic feel to it, less of a copy paste. Obviously, I didn't copy and paste it because I had to sit there and do it individually, but that is one way to make it a little bit more dynamic. I'm not going to do that right now. There is one other lower third we need to build in here. I believe. Like I said, I don't know where Kevin's at. I'm going to save as my redacted template. And then file save as backup 6. Save and then open that. I wish you could save as copy like in Adobe Photoshop, but you can't. Open that back up. So the one other lower third we want is a kind of a description quote, small quote box. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel for that, right? I mean, we've got all these other ones in here within this file that we can use. And I think I will actually use the headline plus. I'm going to copy that and then I'm going to paste it, Control V. I'm going to go up here. We're going to name this text quote. And that's going to be our P, I believe 7. Yeah. Seven. I'm then going to take that and I'm going to start dragging it down into position 6. One more 6. All right. We're going to call this text. I'm going to unhide it and then I'm going to hide these other two because this is basically what it looks like. But we're going to get rid of the headline text. We don't need that. We're going to keep the subhead, but we're going to say message. This is text. 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 And text. I'm going to get rid of that black, the tab text up here. Boom. We are going to take the black background too, drag it down below there. This one is 1713 by 100. So we're going to take that background too. We're going to go 1725 and 100. And we're going to click on the blue tab and then just nudge that down. We need this to be, let's try 110. 110. There we go. 110. The black bar on the left, we want that to be 100. And then we're going to go change the color to red. I'm going to nudge that down. One more. And we'll name that red bar. We've got another red bar, which is actually right bar. So we're going to take that and we're going to go to format and then scrub it over. We're going to make that 100 also. And then we're going to scrub that down a bit. We're going to turn it red. We're going to do some zooming in again. Let's make that's going to be maybe 120 again. Yeah, 120. What is the height of the, that is 110. So we're going to make that 110 also. And then we're going to move it in between. Actually, yeah, there we go. Background 2. Let's nudge that. If I click on it and then I can, there we go. There we go. It looks lined up. Let's put some some Greeking text. No, I've been waiting for you to get here. Let me finish what I'm doing and then I want to show you where we're at. All right. Well, don't go anywhere for a few minutes. All right, there's our, this is the last lower third so far, the text quote lower third. Yes, you do. All right, page 7. On page 7, we want this hidden, this hidden, this hidden. this hidden. This hidden. All right. Okay, Kevin. All right, here we go. I may have to go back and hide or whatever some things. Here we go. All right, so I just called it up. Nothing. We're on blank. It's blank over in overlay 4 blank. We go to transition in blank, right? Page 1. Our headline. Wait, hold on a second. We're missing something. We're missing something. Hold on. Dope, you know. All right, there we go. Just wanted to bring the ticker up so that, you know. And also, just for shits and giggles, just for giggles and shits. Let's pretend I'm in this position. All right. So we got 3 separate elements here. We've got our ticker, we have our showrunner, we have our lower third, which will come up here in a minute. All right. Headline, headline. Headline. There we go. Headline. Oh, yeah, I got to go hide that. I got to go through and hide all that. Okay. Page 1, hidden. Page 2, hidden. Page 3, hidden. Page 4, hidden. Page 5, hidden. Page 6, hidden. Weird. I don't know why. It's like it takes on some of them and others it doesn't. All right, so reload. So we'll go to page 2, headline sub info. 3, call to action. Green bar, that's the like a source for a logo if they want to put a logo up for a, you know, the company. If they want to do that, I don't know. Who knows? Just an idea. 5, your wait, no. 4. 4 is our one line anchor. 5 is our 2 line single anchor or guest, so we can put like a title of, hey, I'm a journalist, hey, I'm an author, hey, I'm just some, right-wing kook on, the internet. Um, here's the trick. Are you paying attention, Kevin? There's our 2-line lower third, right? I have those both on page 6. How do we hide the right one? Right? If they're going to be like sitting like right here, and then the other anchors and box is over here. But if we only want to use the left one, what can we do? I tried to look at you cannot use that data tab and then use show visible toggle to hide that whole thing. Maybe there's something in the scripting. Yeah. Or do we need to make another page, that the page that has the 2 on it, and then another page that only has the 1? Inquiring minds want to know. And then last but not least, that should not be on page 7. Uno momento. Uno pimento cheese sandwich. That is the headline plus, I believe. Headline plus on 7 should be hidden. Hidden. Thank you. Save. Reload. Page 7. Boom. All right, let's start for maybe we need to go in to voice for this. Remember I told you like we wanted like a quote or text box, maybe like to throw up disclaimers. Yeah, additional info, yes. You need a 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what that means. And to me, for me, let me say I did save it. So open 5-story block. File, save. I need a 1, 2, 3, 4 up title plate, lower third title plate. You mean the kind that we talked about not doing in the boxes? Yeah, we're gonna have to do a chat talk so that I can understand what you're asking. You will without boxes. Oh, I wanted to show you, which reminds me. Wait, so that was another question, but we need names. But we need names. No, it's so difficult to communicate. Oops. This is what I got. This is kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I thought we kind of talked about that we would not be putting, you know, names on these up boxes like that. Oh, what I was going to show was file save, file open. Boop. Why does this do this? I would really like to know why. All my elements are gone. I don't have it hidden, but I got to go in here every time. All right. 2cam. Browse. Anchor 1. They're going to be out of position. I don't care. Anchor 2. All right. Well, now they're the wrong size. Browse. Anchor 2. What? I don't know. Browse. Anchor 2. No. Seriously? Okay, there we go. Yikes. Anchor 1. No. All right. What happened to my dang center bar? All right, there we go. Boom, 2 anchor. No big box, has a box in it. Right. Yes. Only with 1 up and 2 up. Because the idea is that you can. Okay, so make another page. Okay. Make another page to just have the anchor left. That was my other thought and solution on that. But yeah. So this anchor, this page right here will work on the two shot, and then it will work on the 2 box. And then I'll create another page for the anchor left. That works. It now, if we want to do nameplates on those 3 up, 4 up, and the multiple pips, I can do those. I just, it gets into, now we're at like page 8 now. So that might need to be broken out into another file. Yeah. So which is going to be easy to do, other than creating that one page, this file is kind of done. I'm going to go through and make sure all the text boxes are set to shrink and that they're all on the right pages and things hide when they're supposed to. I'll do, kind of a QC and then maybe hand that off to you this weekend for you to tackle whenever. And then I'll start working on so we want a one pip that works for the laptop, images, B-roll, and video. Just a one up, right? Are we worried about trying to do we want a two up? And a three up? And a four up? Just a one up pip. Good. All right. The one up pip, a one up pip that serves as the laptop, the image, the B-roll. Do you want me to build the whole thing as just like the overlay, including a built-in title? Yes. Well, okay, I will build it. Here's how I'll build it, right? Okay, um I will build it so that we can use right or this or the text quote. So yeah, so we'll use that and then this. So I will build that the boxes so that everything fits above this lower third area. Or do we care if the boxes overlay the bottom part of it? I'm thinking maybe no lower like the bottom of the box over here, you know. It because I mean I like it when things kind of break boundaries, the bounds of things a little bit, you know. All right, cool. I think we're on a roll. And then there's the sponsor pip, which allows for because the laptop image B-roll pip, the laptop image B-roll pip will have more portrait looking box for the anchor, whereas the sponsor pip will have a square one so that we could fit the logo underneath that. And but you don't even want a full screen or like a full screen share, right? Like where we're taking up, you know, we don't even have a pip. It's working good. I think it's working really good. Kevin, we should talk about trying to like, create one to like a system. Yeah, I mean, I think before you express not lack of enthusiasm for a full screen laptop, I'm just trying to confirm that that is still the case or if I am wrong. All right. We're at a good place. I've got some other things I want to work on, but you've answered some questions, big questions that I needed answered. And yeah. When do you leave? When do you leave for Cabo? Should I even be talking about that on air? Should I tell people you're going on vacation? It's not like you're leaving an empty house for anybody. It's like, or are you taking the rest of the family? Are you just leaving them in the dirt? Leaving them all in Connecticut to just you. Ugh. Are you going to go down to Sammy's bar? I don't know what its name, but I know it's in Cabo. Should get me some of that tequila. I'll set it up somewhere, but I won't drink it because I drinking and me don't agree anymore. Okay. I was just asking. No need to be pretentious about it. I do miss the local places. When I lived in Florida, you'd find those great kind of local. They were sort of touristy, but not really touristy, right? I mean, they have. They're not a like I guess a chain, but you have those local restaurants, local pubs, local eateries that you get some good, you know, almost almost homemade like food. I do miss those kind of places when I would, from being down in Florida. Used to go to this place called Giuseppe's Wharf all the time. Really good. Really good. They had frog legs. Good. So you're happy, Kevin. You're happy with the direction. It's where you and I are vibing. We're I think things have a good polished professional look. I think the ability to have more automation in the show, to less thinking of, what's going to happen when I press that button is going to be great. Good. Thank you, Pixel. I like doggy kisses. They're good. I'm going to be getting another dog soon. Well, maybe not soon. Maybe in after August. I have not decided. I got a bunch done of what I wanted to do. It was a good productive 2 days, Kevin. I got to say, I am not going to take up any more of your time because I'm going to jump off here, and it's a Friday. I need to unwind and relax a bit because I will probably pick up tomorrow or maybe even tonight. I don't know. My brain is mush right now. So I want to take a break. Oh my gosh. I got to figure out how to set those set triggers to like remove the overlays. Something has happened, Kevin. Something has happened.
I don't give a fuck.
We are ready to go spend some squirrel time somewhere. Kevin's going to Cabo. I'm going to go to my living room. Something has happened with all ever since I had that little update deal. I think I've already complained about this to you. All right. So Twitter one works. Facebook no longer works. I had to go in and add my data source back in, but it's not working. It's not working. No, I've got it connected again. I did. I went in and connected it again. Hey, what's up, Matt? Go into the tile editor and reset up. Yeah. Uh-oh. Kevin may be onto something. All right. What URL? What? All right. Well, at least it's doing something different. All right. Data source. Yeah. Okay. I see what I got to do. Yeah. I see what I got to do. You followed me on Twitter. Thank you. I need to come check out some of that great new studio stuff that Matt's doing. Oh, well, good luck, Matt, with Twitter. Good luck, sir. My suggestion is just don't follow everybody. Because, man, yeah, today is not probably a weird day. I've stayed off of Twitter. I'm staying away from that subject. I just, I'm scared to look outside. Hey, and look, man, I would not blame you if you said, maybe I don't want to follow him. That, that's fine. I'm not one of those guys that, goes, you know, I don't really post much on there when, I'll like a few things here and there. But mostly I post about, when I'm going to go live and if I got to um, cancel or whatever. All right. I'll give you a follow back once I get on there. Twitter's useful. It's just one of those other things you got to manage. I have to go buy shorts. I don't want to boil. See you later. All right, Kevin. And actually, I'm done. I'm done now. It's I've got things done that I wanted to do. So I think let's get that nasty looking thing off the screen. Because I'll fix that this weekend. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out with me while I you know worked on these lower thirds. It's been interesting and fun. I'm learning a lot as I'm doing them, and hopefully, you're also learning as I go along. And hey, if you want to learn about all things YouTube, go to YouTube and look for all things YouTube. Matt over there. I think did I have one? Oh my what happened? I don't have one. I have to set one up. Matt is a great source for all things YouTube on how to, make videos that people are looking for. I think that's the tagline. Probably I butchered that really bad. I know. It's Friday, folks. Have a good weekend. Go out and enjoy the rest of the day. That's right. Make videos people watch. Yes. And can find. Like good titles and thumbnails that I don't do, which I'm trying to work on. All right, folks. Like I said, have a good Friday. I will be streaming on tomorrow morning, doing my game stream stuff, which that may move to a different channel. I may be splitting the channels so that I don't screw up my algorithm here on this channel. So I may be starting another channel that I do on the weekends. And I may not be doing the work streams as much anymore either, because I need to focus on creating videos that people want to watch. instead of just streaming. So make searchable videos people can actually watch. Yep, that's full of slow. Yep. That's some advice I need to take. All right, folks. Have a good weekend. We'll see you. Bye-bye.